Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring,
Hey
ting,
everyone,
ting.
and welcome back to Be Creative Stamping. I'm sure you're getting ready for the holidays, and we all need those last minute gift card holders. And so I'm going to show you how to create this pocket gift card holder. And when you slide it out, it has this little pocket, and that's where you tuck in the card. I have two different gift card holders here, and they're both created with the Dashing Along Designer Series paper. And you can find it on my supply list as well as in my online store. So the very first thing we want to do is to put this snowy little effect here on your deer. All right, and it depends on which color your deer is. We're going to create this gift card holder, so we're going to be using this garden green deer. I'm going to move it out away just a bit, and then I'm just bringing in scrap paper, and I'm going to bring in some white embossing paste. And inside, I already have a sponge. And by the way, this was one of my Be Creative tips just a few weeks ago. All right, and so I've got my embossing paste on here, and I am just going to dab my garden green deer. I'm even going to do his antlers. And then I'm going to set him aside to dry. So that's why you want to do this first. So when you finish creating the gift card, your deer will be ready to pop on top of the gift card. The next step is to go ahead and color your ribbon so that this can dry and be ready for when you finish off the project. This is our ribbon that's located in the annual catalog, and it's actually called Gold, but it's a very vanilla with this little gold trim. Now we also carry this in the Whisper White ribbon with silver trim. This is wonderful to color with your Stampin' Blends. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. This is about 16 inches of ribbon. And I'm going to use the brush tip, and I'll go ahead and zoom in a bit. And I'm going to use the side of the brush tip so that I don't break the point on the blend marker. And I'm just going to color just like this. I'm actually using Cherry Cobbler, and this is the lighter marker. And you will just color your entire ribbon. You don't have to do the back. The color will seep through. You only need to do the front. The ribbon is now finished, and I'm going to set this aside to dry. It doesn't take very long, and it will be a little bit stiffer when we go to wrap it around the gift card holder, and that'll make it easier for tying the knot. So I'm going to move that out of the way, and now I'm going to show you how to create this outer holder for your gift card. You're going to start with a sheet of cardstock or designer paper, and it needs to measure 7 inches by 10 inches. So you are going to have to trim your paper. And then I'm going to insert it into the Stampin' Trimmer, and you're going to score along the 10-inch side. And we're going to score at 2.5 inches. And I've got my scoring tool right here at the top. For those of you who know me, it's usually at the bottom. I'm being very gentle as I score the designer paper so that I don't tear it, okay? So with designer paper, you want to have a lighter hand. Now we're going to go over and score at 7 inches, which is right along here. And then we're going to rotate our cardstock along the 7-inch side. You're going to score at 1.25 inches. All right. Okay, at this point, we're ready to do some cutting. And so the first thing I'm going to do is to fold these score lines so that I can see where to cut. Here's my other score line. This is really difficult to see. And then, of course, I have that 1 1/4 inch at the bottom, okay? So that's where that one is. Now I'm going to take the paper snips, and I know you're not going to be able to see this until I get it done. I am going to trim off that 1 1/4 inch that I scored right there, okay? All right, so you can kind of see what's happening here. And then we're going to go over to this side. All right, and I'm going to cut along that score line. Okay, and so now your gift card holder should look something like this. And while I'm here, I am going to go ahead and just kind of trim. Just give it an angle. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm just going to kind of freehand it. I didn't measure. And now we're ready to turn it over, and we are going to close it. And you need to use tear and tape for this. You can apply tear and tape to this side or this side. It doesn't matter. So let's see if I can get my tear and tape going here. I'm going to go ahead and just do this side. And I like this because I can just tear it. And now I'm going to peel this paper off. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close it. Okay? So now this part is closed. And now I'm ready to fold this up. So now you can see that I've added these little angles, and it'll look very pretty on the back. So let's add a little more tear and tape right along here. And we'll peel this off. And then the entire pocket is closed. Now we're going to punch a half circle in the top, just like on the original here, so that you can easily pull out the gift card holder. And so I've already taken the time. We made this in class, and so I decided to create a template. And all you have to do for your template is just to measure this, which I believe, let's see what it is. It's 4.5 inches. And so the center is 2 1/4. So hang on. And that's 2 1/4 right there. So that is the center. 2 1/4 is right there. But anyway, I'm going to use the template. You can also just eye it if you want. All right, I'm using the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. And then I discovered that we don't make this one anymore. And so you can use the 1 1/4 inch circle punch or the 1 1/2 inch circle punch, okay? Either one will work just fine. It doesn't have to be the 1 3. There are 2 belly bands, so let me show you the step that we're just about to do. I'm going to use the wider one. This is 2 inches by 12 inches. And by the way, all the measurements will be on your supply list as well, okay? All right, let's see here. We want to kind of fold this over. You can use your grid paper to help you line up if you'd like. All right. And so what I'm doing is I am positioning my designer paper so that the seam is right over here. Because once I've put this on, I can cover this up with this gold foil scalloped circle, okay? And I am going to add some snail to each side because I don't need the belly band to move. And so at this point, I probably will use my grid paper. Let me just scoot that up for you. See if you can see the bottom. Okay. All right, and so I'm just using this belly band just to kind of figure out where to start this. I'm going to start it about right there, if you can see that. And then as I wrap this around, all right. Okay, so there we have it. And now we're ready to add the second piece, and we're going to do the very same thing. We want that seam to be over on the left side so that we can cover it up. So I'm just going to kind of position my paper. Let's see, so I want that about right there. So I'm going to slide this down. Okay. And I'm just going to put it in the middle. Okay, it attaches to this with the snail. I'm going to bring this back over. All right. And now I have my little belly band now ready to add a ribbon. So let's go ahead and do that. And again, measurements will be on the supply list, but real quickly, this striped one is 2 inches wide by 12. And then this piece right here is 1 1/4 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so just so you know that. And all right, we are ready to add that ribbon. Isn't that pretty? And you never even, no one will ever know that you colored this ribbon, and it's not getting on my fingers either. So it's just super, super nice. All right, let me trim that a little bit more. Okay, hang on. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're ready to add our gold foil circle. And I believe this is the very largest one. Yes, and this is the one that we used, okay? So out of all 16 circles, we used the largest scallop circle. And then I'll also show you, the deer is from Detailed Deer, okay? And I used the leaping deer here, and I used one of these flowers in Gold Glimmer, and you're gonna see that shortly, okay? But again, all of this is on the supply list. Okay, I'm going to pop this up, and I'm going to put dimensionals north and south, okay? And I'll show you what I mean by that. North and south, meaning this is at the top, and of course south is at the bottom. And I'm just going to pop it up like that. Then we have a stitched shaped circle. And this is the largest one. And this is also the Dashing Along designer paper. And I'm going to pop this up as well. You get 3 different designs. Actually, it's 6 designs that are in the Dashing Along designer paper. You get 4 sheets of each double-sided design. So it's just some awesome paper. Okay. All right. So now I have that popped up and I'm ready for my deer. So let's bring our snowy deer back and see how we made out with him. Here he is. And so we're going to pop him up as well. And I like to use the mini dimensionals. These are the mini dimensionals that I attached to the deer. I've already peeled them off, and we're just going to make him so that he is leaping right across that circle. And so now we're ready to add our greeting, and our greeting is from Merry Christmas to All, I believe. I've kind of forgotten the name of the stamp set, so it'll be on the supply list. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to add a sentiment, and this paper measures, I'm trying to remember, 1 3/8, I believe, by 2 3/4 inches. Okay, all right. And it's nice. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and you can see right through it when you go to stamp, and it just makes the biggest difference. Okay, And so we're going to put our little banner, create a banner for it. And again, I know you've seen me use this many times. This is a older banner punch from Celebration a few years back. And I love to use it to make my little pennant. And so I insert that cardstock from the top. Okay, I don't go inside. I go right in from the top. Okay, and then punch that. And at this point, you can even use your fingers or bone folder just to kind of make it wavy, like it's a banner going across the paper. And let's see. I'm definitely going to put one dimensional here. And I believe the other dimensional right about here. Okay, so they're not quite at the end. And then I'm going to, let's see, oops, just attach it here. Okay, all right, and there we go. Oh, I did forget one item, and that's this beautiful little gold glimmer flower. So let's add this, and we're going to do that with the mini glue dots. And I like to put it right on his neck. And I tell you, it makes such a big difference, doesn't it? It really does. Now I'm going to create the inside where your gift card is actually going to be. This is super simple, super easy, quick for you to make, okay? And in just a second, I'm probably going to be out of snail. So hopefully we can make it to the end here. You're just going to center this, and these measurements will be on the supply list, okay? And then you're going to take one of our stamped images, and it's this one right here from Dashing Deer. Love this little ornamental scroll. I'm going to take some Garden Green ink, and I'm just going to stamp that along the bottom. I'm going to take the piece of designer paper that's actually going to hold the gift card, and I'll share those measurements, 2 inches by 4 inches. And then you're going to apply tear and tape along 3 sides. Don't do this side here, okay? And then we're just going to peel, whoops, this paper back from the tear and tape. And then I do like to use my grid lines for this, just so I get this straight. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put that there and along there. Okay, and then let's see if that gift card fits. Where is it? Right here. Let's get that out. We're just going to slide that right in. And then it's going to go inside here. And not only are you given a gift card, but you're giving a piece of you because you created it. So I hope you enjoy this gift card holder. Be sure to visit my blog, and you can always order these products in my online store. Thanks so much.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather.